We've kind of heard about the CCN Covey writers through all the John Plaster books. Who are the CCN guys as Covey writers that kind of stick out for you during your time frame?
Dick Cheney, Les Chapman, Dallas Longstreet.
Mm.
Yeah. Spider, I think Spider was flying for a while too. But Dick Cheney, if Cheney was flying out of Fubai, I'd do a target out of Fubai because Cheney, big, tall. I think he's a Paiute, big, tall Indian. Real mellow, laid back. I guess we'll just bring in some bombs to help you fellas out. Les Chapman, after the great Battle of the Hilltop and that, he went over to become a Covey writer. And unfortunately, he fell under the tutelage of Dallas Longstreet, who was a fashion slave. He had all this custom-made black flight suits with all kinds of patches all over. We almost threw him out on the I-Corps bridge one night just to see if the MPs would shoot at him and all that black.
Was Mr. Les, wasn't he teammates with Mr. Jim Butler before he went Covey duty?
Oh, yeah. That was the big fight on the Hilltop, was when he got his DSC and Jimmy got a Silver Star. They both should have got, well, actually, Butler should have gotten the Medal of Honor for that. And Les deserved the DSC that he got. I know, because Jimmy made him pull the 2902 antenna down, climb up there and put an infrared strobe on the top of it so they could bring in Spectre. And he was whining about it on the radio. I'm not climbing that goddamn pole one more time. They were shooting at him from across the valley with a 57 recoilless rifle. Kept pinging their position with that, and they were trying to get Stinger or Spectre to come in there and put a little hurt on him, which they eventually did. But right after that, he went up to fly Covey up at Quantree.
I just recently got his book and was flipping through and saw him talking about that incident and how chaotic it was.
It was chaotic. I'll give it that.
Mr. Mike Bravo, what was your favorite piece of kit that you carried during your time in SOG, and why is that?
Favorite. That's a tough one. I love the Car 15. It never failed on me. It was always, the thing about the Car 15, carry enough ammo. You carry anything that's 7.62, pretty soon you're going to reduce the amount of ammo you can carry on yourself. When I carried the RPD, everybody on the team carried an extra belt of ammunition for it. And I had, belts and drums on me. But the Car 15, I'd have normal load, 1, 2, 3, 4 canteen covers with 6 magazines each. 5 20-round magazines and 1 30-round magazine in the center, so you could grab it. Once you got one of them loose, the others came out fairly easily when you needed them. And I carried 6 30-round magazines and an AK vest on that. So I'm 4 times 5 times 20, 100 rounds per, so 400 rounds, 430 or 400 and 520 rounds plus 630 rounds, another 180 rounds there, and extra bandoliers in the rucksack for the Car 15. And then of course I carried either a sawed-off shotgun or the little sawed-off M79 and a pistol.
Jesus Christ. Where did you get your idea for taking out the shells and putting the Vietnamese coins inside shells for your shotgun?
Wesley.
Of course.
Of course. Wesley. Wesley's another Covey rider. Yeah, went up there to be buzzing around his little aerial sports van.
He seems like he would have been the type of Covey rider to start throwing stuff out of the window, homemade bombs and stuff.
Well, he did. He took 60 millimeter mortar rounds and took the bore writing safety pin out of them. Then there's a pin spring loaded on the side of the warhead. When you drop it down the tube, and the shotgun cartridge in the center ignites and then ignites all the charges and that. As that round comes out of the tube, it springs loose and that pin comes out. Now that you got a bomb, if you touch that, it had like a little button on the front of it for point detonating. And you guys, can you excuse me just for a second?
Yeah.